Is it possible to have boundaries in the world and still be completely spiritually open to everyone else? Yes, it is. Hey everyone, and welcome to Holiness Connection. Welcome to Oneness Practices. This is a video that I'm going to put on both. And if you're watching this on Holiness Connection, go ahead and check out my Substack, Oneness Practices, where I support people around deep connection and practicing our oneness. You can sign up for free down below, and you'll get a guided meditation when you do to help support this practice for you. So what I wanted to talk about today is something that comes up when in the oneness practices I'm talking about, dropping layers, dropping barriers, being open to someone else or to other people more generally. And there can be a concern that this means having no boundaries. So whether that's in more of a psychological or interactional way, or whether that is, more energetic, where people sometimes want to shield their energy, for example, that can come up. And I've said in some other places before that, this is different. This is a different level. I've sometimes called it, even though I don't like that word so much for it because it's not like a higher or lower level, but it's just different. It's a that this is different. This is more like around just the fundamental truth of our oneness. It's not about those specific interactions or anything that has content, which is why it's different. We're talking about being open at that level or in that way, however you want to say it. That doesn't imply anything qualitative about being better or worse, just different. I thought today I could do a little further explanation of what I mean by this by making it just a little more practical. So let's think about something like staying safe and how this oneness and staying open would really work. So there's a discernment around safety that is super important. So I'm not talking about that. So in any given situation, you would want to listen to your discernment about safety, for example. That's different, however, than at this fundamental oneness level I'm talking about. The equivalent of being non-open in this arena would be being more like in a state of fear. So that would be more like you have this fundamental belief that everyone, like more in general, humans are unsafe or things aren't well, like things are always going to go badly. And so you're much more like living in a sense of fear rather than all is wellness or abundance on that fundamental level. So that's the thing that's important talking at this oneness practices level, or when we're talking about working on that, practicing that, being in that stance, that's what you want to work with. It's not anything about if you're getting an intuition or discernment about your safety that you wouldn't actually take action on that, in the present moment in the physical world. But what even if you were doing that, you could still stay fundamentally open to the oneness, because that's about, like I said, that's more about your state of like realizing that fundamentally things are one, fundamentally things are okay, that you don't have to live in fear even while you take steps to protect yourself, perhaps on that physical or more content level or more interactional level with someone. Maybe one more thing I could add is that you can still be in your sovereignty. If we're thinking of it more as the energetic level, and if people are worried about that, you can be in your energetic sovereignty and also be really fundamentally open at the oneness level as well. So again, you can be expressing boundaries, you can be in your energetic sovereignty, all of that can be true. However, if you're still somehow in fear at that oneness practice level, at the level where we sense into our oneness and alignment and all of those things, all is well, connection to God or source, depending on how whatever words you put around that, whatever concepts you put around that, it's in that arena that I'm asking you, as we do the oneness practices, often I'm asking you to drop layers or shed the fear or come into alignment or, sense into the oneness. And so that can all be happening at the same time as whatever else needs to be happening in any other arena, including boundary setting. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you have any questions about this. I'd be happy to try to tease this out even more and try to make it clear what I mean by this. But hopefully that helps you to really embrace this, that we can practice this, that we are safe on this really foundational level. We are safe and we are one, and all is well.